Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. If you haven't got yours yet, the winter solstice alignment activation session is still open. You can still get your seat. If you want to see what 2020 has in store for you personally, right? Click the link in the description box below and get your seat. With that said, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, this week, when I went into my intuition for Sagittarius, what I actually saw was, bear with me because a lot of you are going to be like, hang on a sec, where's he going with this? What I actually saw was a bullet lodged in a bulletproof vest. And I was like, okay, this is really serious. Like, what are you showing me here? And it's not what you think, right? It really isn't that. What I was being shown was, and what I heard in the back of my ear was, you know, the Rocky film where he says I think he's talking to like his son or one of his proteges, and he says, you've got to be able to take the hit, right? And that's what the message was about. I was like, right, okay, when somebody takes a hit, you know, in a bulletproof vest, it still hurts like a mother, right? It still really, really hurts. And they think like, oh my gosh, like, I actually feel like I've been shot. Well, you kind of have, but you are protected, right? This week, something may come up, some form of a challenge, some form of information that you learn. It could be an experience that you have. It could be something that you see that happens in front of you, but not necessarily to you. You know, but whatever events or experiences you do have that do happen to you, it's going to feel painful. It's going to be something that really does affect you and has you think like, I can't believe that's just happened, right? But you are protected. You have Jupiter, your ruler, in your sign. If you haven't seen the weekly general, check it out. You'll understand why. Jupiter, aside from everything else that he represents the law, and he also represents protection. Jupiter represents divine protection, right? So you have that, right? You've got it in your sign at this moment in time. It's being offered to you. This week, you need to be prepared to take the hit. No retaliation, right? This isn't about turn the other cheek and become a doormat. It's just saying, whatever happens this week, whatever challenge you face, don't get into it, right? Don't give it any more energy besides acknowledging that it happened. Thank you, next, right? And the reason I say that is because whatever is going to transpire after, when you stand back and let it all play out, you're going to be like, damn, you know what? Jupiter had my back and Raph had my back for telling me to hold my backside down. Just let it pass, let it come up, acknowledge it, see it for what it is, and just say, right, okay, no for next time, take the hit and let it go. If it's financial, cut your losses and run. Especially when you see this week's weekly general video, check it out. You'll understand, right? If this comes up and it's about your finances, cut your losses and run. You will know what I'm talking about when the event takes place. Your card that has jumped out is faith, right? Having faith. And this card actually represents the Hierophant. So it represents the rules and regulations. It represents the wider society, but it can also represent the establishment. Trust that the higher nature, the higher power has your back. Trust that the universe is watching out for you and that everything comes in its right divine timing and for its own reasons. Your direction, let's give it some context. What might this relate to? So the Knight of Swords, your first reaction is going to be to react to whatever this event is. Your first reaction will be to maybe fly off the handle and go straight in and start, you know, effing and blinding, whatever it is, whatever it looks like for you, however you lose your temper, however it is that somebody is used to seeing you behave in response to certain events or feelings. Don't let somebody push you or goad you this week. Take the hit and walk away. And the reason I say that is because I tell you what, by doing so, not only will you surprise them, but you will have transcended the experience. You will have jumped off the wheel, off the karmic wheel, whatever that looks like for you, whatever event or experience it keeps showing up as, right? And more importantly, you'll give that person no quarter or fuel in order to use against you again, because they'll think, well, fuck, I've shot my shot and I've got nothing else. I literally have nothing else to come at this person with. You're damn right you don't. Thank you. Next. Your insight card is the Knight of Cups. This is an interesting one because it keeps coming up. You've got two knights here as well, right? And you've also got the Hierophant or the Faith card, which is number 5. So I will say this to you, please, all of you, be careful when it comes to driving this week. Please be extra cautious when it comes to your car. Make sure that it's locked up. Make sure that if you are driving, you know, just keep your wits about you, because the chances are somebody else could just, you know, not be thinking straight. The other thing with the Knights as well, they tend to see us finding ourselves in situations that can sometimes be volatile. So you've got a triple heads up this week, right? And also on top of that, everything that's happening, you've got the Faith card. The universe is watching out for you, and whatever comes up this week, whatever you learn, whatever is thrown at you this week, not only will you be able to transcend, but trust me, the universe has your back, and you will see that come full circle, and you'll be like, damn, you know what? I'm glad I kind of never got my hands dirty, because when the big U steps in, they ain't fucking around. You know what I'm saying? Like, whew, all right. You have your knowledge, you have your information. Go forward, be awesome. Just remember, don't get into it this week. You just don't have to. It isn't worth your time. You've got so much other bigger, greater blessings coming through that this is just going to be a small minor hiccup in regards or response to the wider scheme that the universe has planned out for you. All right. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up or how this transpires for you. I'm always interested to read the comments, and not just because I love to interact with you guys, but to see how it correlates. It's, you know, for me, it's very much an ongoing research process, because I can see, right, okay, wow, you know, this is where the meanings of those cards and the couple with the astrology really starts to take form and take shape into being a practice and a praxis as well that genuinely works and helps people along their path. All right, take care. I'll see you soon.